What's splashing the soldier, the gang spitter, Method Man? They say you taking that power role too serious, homie. What's going on, big dog? Now, Method Man was recently on Math Hoffa TV show that's on YouTube. I can go check that video out. I ain't want to add the video on mine. They might copyright it. So, you know, to check what Method Man said, go to Math Hoffa TV and, you know, it'll come right up. See, this be the reason why the new generation don't really respect or don't even want to have respect or even get an ear to the OGs of the game, of the rap game, because of statements like this right here from OGs from the rap game like Method Man that's respected in the game, or that a lot of young rappers, they might not listen to it. You know, new generation, they're born in 95, 96, they might not listen to you, but they heard of you, they seen you on How High, watch your movies, they know who you is, they know about Wu-Tang, don't know about all the music though, but they know who Wu-Tang is and know the movement, and they see you on Power, they give you the respect off the strength of that, right? But see, when they hear stuff like this right here, it make them turn their back on you. It make them think like you're a hater, like you, like what kind of motives you got? Like, it make them think like, why is you even concerned how they spending their money or how they getting their money type. You see what I'm saying? See, the reason why rappers shouldn't say stuff like this on podcasts or something they can be on YouTube or something they can get on social media is because the feds want to know too. The state police, whatever state these dudes in, they want to know too. The IRS, they want to know too. And who's the best to hear it from? The same kind of questions they want to know. Who's the best to hear them same kind of questions they want to know too from? Rappers, other rappers that was big just like them, that was getting 25, 30,000 shows just like them. And if they got questions same as they do, they like, oh, it's something we need to be investigating. It's something that we need to be looking into. We not crazy. We not tripping. Yeah, we need to keep looking into them more and more and more. Because look what Method Man was saying. If y'all don't want to go check it out, I'm going to break some of the stuff down he was saying. He was saying, like, at one point, he was getting $2,500 a show. For when he dropped that junk with Mary J. Blige, You All I Need, you know. And then, you know, he was doing shows every day. Then he went to 5,000, 10,000 to 25,000 and up and up and up. And he was saying, like, he still wasn't able to afford these type of things, to do this type of lifestyle, to afford this type of lifestyle. And he's saying that he can understand rappers like Rick Ross, rappers like Migos. They can afford to do it. But how can a rapper like Pooh Shiesty or Moneybagg Yo or Stunner for Vegas or, you know what I'm saying, Gunna, you know, rappers that's under big time rappers that's doing their thing, even though they could be getting 10,000 a show or more, 20,000, 30,000, or 50, even 50,000 like Pooh getting, even though they getting that or more, how can they afford 30,000 minimum private jet flights back and forth all day long? And people on the podcast was telling Method, like, you got streaming, you got investments, you got, you know, features. And he's saying basically, like, ain't no investments paying that much money out. Ain't no way all these rappers got the tricks to all these different investments that's dishing out all this money. Cause he in his head, he thinking like, okay, yeah, you might be getting 40,000 a show, but you got to pay the manager, you got to pay, you know, you got habits. Like he said, you still got mortgage, you still got all these car payments. You know, you might get the Lamborghini Urus, they might run you about $275. Say you drop 40,000 on that, and your payments be like $8 grand or $5 grand a month. Then you get the Wraith, you drop that's $350. You know what I'm saying? And you drop about 50, 60, 70,000 or 80,000. Your payments be about $8 grand a month. And then you get the, you know what I'm saying, Ferrari and all that. He said, how is they keeping up with all this? How is these investments? What kind of investments they know that nobody else know about? Like really fighting and saying like, it's no way. Basically, like he's saying, yeah, Rick Ross and Migos, yeah, they getting 100 plus a show. Yeah, they can afford it. Rick Ross, I can understand. He's like, he said it, like, I can understand how Rick Ross can afford it. But how can somebody like Stunner for Vegas, basically, like he's saying, like, how can somebody like Gunna, like, we don't even listen to your music like that. How can you afford this type of stuff? This type of stuff IRS should be asking. Or this type of stuff the federal, you know what I'm saying, FBI will ask them once they run up on them. Like, how can you be getting 30,000, 40,000 a show, but the private jet flight is a bare minimum 30,000? You're not making no money. That's what he's saying. And he's saying they weren't doing all these shows. He's saying they doing all this in the pandemic. See, this type of stuff the IRS and the feds want to hear. He's saying they weren't doing all these shows. They weren't doing all this stuff in the pandemic. I'm sitting back and watching. He's saying I'm sitting back and watching. They weren't doing all these. I can understand Ross and people like that. You know, the Baby and Lil Baby. I can understand people like that. NBA Youngboy, he can understand people like that. How is these underbosses that's under these artists, how is they doing that in the pandemic? And what he not realizing is, you know, a lot of these, like Buddy was telling them, like, they getting 20, 30 a show, and they was doing some shows in the pandemic. They getting feature money. They're getting paid under the table. You know what I'm saying? And Buddy even told Method, after he told him all that stuff, he told him, like, they trafficking. He's saying, like, some of them is trafficking on them planes. They trafficking. See what I'm saying? They can't be doing stuff like that. Like, come on now. Coming from other rappers, why would you say that? Like the Feds sitting back, like Agent Crumb. You see that, like Method Man, you see that? Like he even saying, how can these guys do that? He even saying, like, they ain't investing in all this. These investments ain't bringing all these big returns back that fast. There's no way they can just be doing all that with all these happening. They taking care of 20, 30 different people in their entourage, and they doing all this. And what they're not realizing is they are like the feature money, the streams. These young rappers, they not dumb and slow like how y'all was in the 90s. They investing in trucking. One truck can bring 250K gross. You know what I'm saying? They can bring in 250K gross. You got your own truck. That's gross now. So they go buy 10 of them. You know, they do that. They do stocks. They partner with other people. They might not know nothing about the business, but they just trust, you know, the people that do know about it, and they give them the money and they flip it. They got barbershops, vending machines. They got all type of stuff. The money just coming in. And what it is the money, a lot of money is coming in legit where they can afford it. They just spending the money. And they spending it. They getting, so say somebody getting 40,000 a show. He go spend 30,000 for the private jet. He's spending the money. This is why, like, don't you see, like, this is why they never get into the Forbes list. The Forbes list been the same for the past 10 years. It's the same top 10. It might be one or two new guys get in there, but it been the same top 10. Diddy, 50, Master P, Dre, Kanye West, Nicki Minaj, Drake, Baby, Wayne, people like that. Then, you know, Lil Baby come in, then the Baby might come in. You know, it go up and down. It just be switching. Like the big artists will come in, then they'll fall off, and then it go back. It's the same top 10 Forbes list. You never, all the street rappers, they never get up in there. They never get up in there. You see what I'm saying? Because they spending the money. You know what I'm saying? They keeping up. It's all competition. Yeah, you got some rappers that may be doing their thing, maybe, or maybe not. But that's not majority of them. They just spending the money. Yeah, they spending the money. It's all competition. Method, like, how is they buying these jets, still spending millions of dollars in jewelry, and they don't have, this is what the Feds asking the IRS, they don't have the hit records. They don't have it. They not in the top 10 billboards. They don't have it. Method not understand how much YouTube be paying these guys too. YouTube writing a check, cutting the check for them. You know what I'm saying? All these different, you know what I'm saying, platforms cutting the check for them. As long as they got somebody around them that can tell them how to make money in all these different ways, yeah. And a lot of them using the label money. They're using the label credit card, and then labels take it back on the back end. You see what I'm saying? Now at the end, they get frustrated and they be broke. This is why they whine, and at the end they be broke, and they don't never stay rich forever because they spending the money. Like it's not saying they moving 30 bricks on the. Come on now, the Feds would be making way more buses. They ain't dumb. How they busting the cartel? So you mean to tell me these rappers more smarter than the cartel? Nah, they really getting 30, 40 a show, 50 a show, and they doing 3, 4 shows a week. And they might be getting 30,000 a month off of YouTube, and they might be getting 100,000 a month off of this streaming platform. They getting 200,000-300,000 a month off features. Yeah, yeah, Method Man. We was going through a pandemic, but I understand how Trump made it so easy to get all this money. A lot of people was getting money too, but they still can afford these rappers. But the thing is, Method Man, that stuff like that shouldn't come from your mouth. You should talk like that in your own house, like with your partners, and when ain't nothing can be recorded. Like, you shouldn't put that out there in the universe for people to be like, like, even if they ain't trafficking, it's still making them watch them and can catch them with guns and stuff because they got to protect themselves. You know what I'm saying? Then they get caught, you know, they like to blow. Then they get caught with the runts. You know, they ain't gonna have no little smoke set. They gonna keep a half a pound cutie because they got a whole entourage they blow. Like, it's just make them hot, make them targets. Because it's coming from legit rappers now. Like, even legit rappers saying, where's all this money coming from? When you not established artists, when you don't even get nominated for awards. You don't have no top song. You don't have no top songs in the Billboard charts. You barely making the top 100 Billboard list. How can you afford this? I done went through this type of steps before as an artist. I know how they paying. Ain't no way you getting all this money, spending all this money, and still able to show all these racks, still be able to show millions of dollars, and you ain't got 5 hits. All it's gonna make a rapper say, or anybody say with some common sense, like he pocket watching, like what type of time he on? Like, what is he? Like, dang, come out of character. Come out of that power character. Come out of the character. You're not a lawyer in real life. Come out of that. Come out of that. Come out of that, man. Feel give you another season on the Kanan show. Feel give you another season on the Kanan episode. Come out of that. Like, what else? Like, what made you want? Like, why? He said it irks him. He said that irks him. That really bothers him. You hear? Are y'all hearing what this man said? That man said that irks him. It really bothers him. It bothers him that Pusha can get on the jet. It bothers him that Big 30 can get out and get on a private jet. It bothers him Moneybagg Yo on them private jets, and the Baby and Son of a Vegas on them private jets. It bothers him Thug and them can get on them private jets. And all these guys that's popping. Instead of doing that, saying that, why won't you just sign up for KevoConnects.com and talk to and slide in Bandman Kevo at DM and be like, hey, man, teach me the method, man. Teach me the method, man. Like, put me on game. Like, why won't you just slide in these rappers' DM and say, put me on game? Like, show me how to get it. Like, they gonna respect, they gonna help you because you method man. Now you didn't burn the bridge. Now they scared. Like, man, they ain't gonna help you. You can't go to Bandman now. You can't go to these legit guys. You can't go to Lil Baby and them now. They like, oh, I don't know what type of, you might be trying to see something. Oh, you got a wire on something. Oh. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might be trying to get something. They won't know. They won't know how to trust you. Like, they won't know. Like, dang, what type of time he on? Like, why do that irks you? Why do that really bothers you? Like, you can't sleep at night. Why? It's not your money. These guys, yeah, it's not 97, 96 no more. Yeah, it's a lot of different ways. It's 100 different ways to get paid now. And these artists, they figuring it out real fast. They getting the money real fast and they spending it. Like, that's all. Like, come on, man. Let the IRS figure that out. Let the IRS audit them and all that. Let them figure all that out. Don't try to stamp it so the IRS and the feds be like, I knew we was right. I knew something ain't right. Let's invest this crew. Let's really have some private investigators and follow them. Let's really track their tax returns and bank statements, and yeah, let's really listen to their interviews and see what they're investing in, so we can see, you know, talk to these companies, see what type of returns they're getting. You see what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. And you know all the blogs gonna repost it, like Say Cheese did, like Academics will, Shade Room might do it. Plus, it's already on YouTube. They gonna see it. They gonna see it. The thing he didn't do was actually name artists he think can't afford that. That's what he's basically saying. Like, he think that you can't afford that. He think you can't afford no $30,000. You know what I'm saying? Private jet. He think you can't. Yeah. There's no way that you can have a baguette chain, 3 or 4 of them, and the rollies, and, you know, Audemars on your wrist. He's saying y'all got car lots in your driveway, living in mansions, 2 or 3 different spots. Y'all just living like y'all hit the lotto. Like, basically what he's saying with y'all, legit money ain't that long. You got to be doing something illegal. You got to have your hands in the dirty money. Y'all drop them comments, man. Tell me how y'all feel about Method Man, you know, saying that rappers can't afford private jets, how they getting their money. It really irks him. It really bothers him every night. How y'all getting that money, man? How's y'all getting that money paying for these jets and still live this lifestyle like you Drake or like you Rick Ross? How can a artist with 2 songs on YouTube, they got 20 million views, how can he afford the same lifestyle that Rick Ross got? How can he do it like this? How y'all feel about that, man? How y'all feel about rappers, OG rappers, calling out the new generation of rappers, saying y'all getting too much money, man? How y'all getting all this money, man? Now don't teach me nothing. Like I don't want to call y'all, hit y'all on the DM and run to y'all and get the game from y'all. I want to know, like, we want to know, how is y'all getting this money? There's no way these returns making all this money, man. How y'all feel about it?